Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekly fundamental podcast. I'm Rasmi Koza from Kotak Securities. To start with, on the international front, the S&P 500 index hit a 4,000 milestone last week for the first time. US markets got an uplift from Joe Biden's US dollar 2.25 trillion infra spending plan. If evenly spread, the 8-year time frame of this infra stimulus can boost annual US GDP by 1.3%. In the US, the non-farm payrolls rose by 9,16,000 versus expectations of 6,60,000 and the previous month figure of 4,68,000. The higher vaccination and warmer weather has led to improvement in the job market and fall in unemployment rate to around 6%. More than 10 crore people in the US have received first dose of COVID-19 vaccine, which works to around 31% of the population. Coming to Europe, surprisingly, the Eurozone, which is highly impacted by COVID 19 and having a slow rate of vaccination, has been the best performer in this calendar year to date basis. The Eurozone indices are up by around 10% this calendar year to date versus 5.6% for MSCI World Index and around 8% for US indices. The rally in banking, value, and cyclical stocks, along with cheaper valuations, is helping European indices outperform other global markets. As per latest Bloomberg Economics, they now forecast global GDP growth to be around 6.9% in calendar year 21. This kind of growth will reverse the contraction seen in calendar year 20 and return to a V-shaped pre-pandemic level. US and China are supposed to lead the growth. With second stimulus, US economy is expected to grow by 7.1% in calendar year 21. China is expected to grow by 9.3%, Euro area by 4.4%. As per Bloomberg Economics, India will be the fastest growing economy with 12.6% growth expected in FY22. Last week, OPEC Plus have agreed to increase oil production gradually in the coming months. With growing confidence in the global economic recovery, OPEC Plus will add more than 2 million barrels a day to the global oil supplies from May to July. That will restore around 25% of crude output that was withheld a year ago in response to the pandemic. So that was on the international side. Moving over to India, the global queues and record GST collection helped Indian markets recoup lost ground last week. The Nifty 50 gained 2.5% last week, whereas the mid and small caps outperformed the Nifty with gains of 3.9% each. Metal stocks were the biggest gainers last week on the back of possible price hike and high prices in China. The BSE Metal Index was up 8.5% last week, followed by BSE Utilities, which gained 4.2%. Most of the high quality stocks in Nifty 50 were major gainers last week within the Nifty 50 basket. In this week's meeting, RBI is likely to keep policy rates intact and extend its accommodative stance as the number of COVID cases are on the rise in the second wave. The rise in COVID-19 cases is a worry, but this time the disruption to economic activity is far less and more localized. The mortality rate of current spread is also very low at around 0.5 to 0.7%. The vaccination drive, on the other hand, is ramping up fast with total of 7.3 crore doses administered till 2nd April. Last week we released our Q4 earnings preview for the IT sector. We expect another robust quarter of growth for IT services companies in a seasonally weak quarter backed by large deal ramp-ups and continued spend on digital programs. We expect YOY adjusted earnings growth of TCS to be 16%, Infosys to be 18%, Wipro to be 21%, HCL Tech 11%, Tech Mahindra 20% and L&T Infotech 17%. Infosys remains a top pick in the IT space. We also see valuation attractive for HCL Tech and Tech Mahindra, which can be looked at in any dips going forward. On flows, FIIs turned net sellers last week, but March figures have been impressive. In March, FIIs invested around US dollar 2.6 billion, taking the calendar year to date FII investment to around $7.6 billion. In FY21, India received nearly US dollar 38 billion of FII flows as compared to US dollar 25 billion in FY20. The stable currency and bond yields coupled with strong earnings growth has helped India attract one of the highest FPI flows amongst emerging markets both in FY21 and calendar year to date basis. The Q4 earnings season will start from next week. We are still to come out with a preview, but as there was a lockdown effect in the fag end of March 2020, the YOY earnings growth could be quite healthy. The import export figures and GST collection of March also point to sharp improvement in manufacturing activity. The preliminary estimates of March suggest that exports rose 58%, while non oil imports rose 77%. The growth rates were much higher than usual given the significant favorable base effect of March 2020. The February GST collections, which were collected in March, were at all-time high at rupees 1.24 lakh crore, which is year-on-year up by 27%, and it's also higher as compared to the 1.13 lakh crore reported in January. The Nifty 50 has now once again bounced above the 50-day moving average last week, which is a good sign. After the fiscal year end, investors are back into the market and more action is seen in the mid and small cap space. There is a golden crossover in both the Nifty Mid Cap 100 Index and the BSE Small Cap Index, wherein the 50 weekly moving average has gone above the 200 weekly moving average, which signals long-term bullish trend. Also, the start of FY22 has been very good, and April month could likely see more action with the start of the earnings season. If the Nifty 50 crosses 15,000 mark, then it could lead to further acceleration and Nifty can go to retest its recent 50-week high of 15,431. Globally, markets are 10 to 20% above their 200 EMAs, which is signaling a very structurally they are all in a bull phase. Hence, any decent correction of 10% and above could be a good buying opportunity going forward. One can continue to do bottom fishing in mid and small caps and add select stocks with a 2 to 3 year view in every decline. In our monthly strategy for April, we have recommended 7 stocks for investment purpose. These are Bajaj Auto with a target of 4400, Bharti Airtel with a target of 710, Lupin with a target of 1180, Indian Oil Corporation with a target of 115, Narana Rudaliala with a target of rupees 540, SIS with a target of 460, KNR Construction with a target of 240. Beyond this, there are 2-3 good appealing stocks which are looking good from a 1 year perspective. These are L&T with a target of 1720, SBI Life Insurance with a target of 1250, and ITC with a target of 265. So that's it from my side for this week. Have a great week ahead. Thank you for listening to the podcast.